Hello, today we are going to talk about Unit 11, Human Body Systems. The human body systems are 6 systems, but we have only to study 2 of them, digestive and respiratory. Let's talk about the whole text in short. Digestive system breaks down food and absorb its nutrients. And here another photo of digestive system. It starts with our mouth till the belly or stomach. Okay. The second one is the respiratory system. It's responsible for breathing in and out, and we all know that we as human take oxygen and release or give out CO2, which is waste gases. Okay, and here another photo of respiratory system. It starts with our nose, ends up in our chest. Okay, to lungs. We are going to talk about it in another video. Okay, the third one we have here is skeletal system. Skeletal system provides structure to the body and protect internal organs. It helps us to stand and to move, and also it can protect our internal organs, the organs inside our body. The fourth one is muscular system. Muscular system supports the body and allow us to move. Without our muscles, we cannot do a move. The fifth one is nervous system. Controls our sensations, thoughts, movements, and all other body activities. All we think all we think of or we feel, all things we move to do need nervous system. And the last one is circulatory system. It's responsible for the movements of the blood from the heart to the parts of the body, and from the parts of the body till the heart once again. It transports oxygen, nutrients, and other substances through the blood, of course, to cells, and carries away wastes. Okay, wastes are things that we don't need, that our body don't need, like CO2 that respiratory system get rid of. And also we have the word nutrients. Nutrients are good things for our body to grow up and help us to get energy to move and to live. The first system we are going to study is the digestive system. Our digestive system has 8 organs. Okay, it starts with the mouth, here the mouth, and ends up with our belly here. Okay, as we talked the first term, that the mouth has teeth inside it. It helps us to chew food. Also, the tongue send the food we chewed to the rest of our body, but we don't need where the tongue send that food. Our tongue take the food to something or an organ called pharynx. That organ is like a tiny tube that is its place, that is existed in both respiratory system and digestive system. Why? Because it's end up with 2 other tubes. One of them is called esophagus. Esophagus is one of the organs of the digestive system. Like we see, it's a tube that takes food from pharynx, the small pieces of food, till the stomach. The other tube that pharynx end up with is called trachea, and we are going to talk about it in the next video, inshallah. Esophagus takes the food till the stomach, and we see here the stomach is like a small seed of plants. You know, the seeds of plants, it looks truly like it. Okay, the stomach keep the food inside it for 2 hours. Then we have the small intestine and large intestines. The small intestine take the food inside it for 4 to 6 hours. Then the large intestine takes the wastes of the food. We have also an organ called liver. It's the biggest one in the digestive system. And we have pancreas. The liver is a really important organ, and we are going to talk about it in another video. Today we are going to talk about the first 4 organs: mouth, pharynx, esophagus, and stomach. What is digestion? Digestion is breaking down of food into forms that our bodies can use. Starting from the mouth, we talked about the mouth before, and we said that mouth can get or turn the biggest big pieces of food into smaller pieces so we can swallow it. When the tongue helps us to swallow the small pieces of food, it turns to the pharynx, and there the pharynx take the food to the esophagus, then the stomach. Our bodies use food as fuel, which means energy. The word fuel means energy, to provide energy for work, play, and growth. So we need the food to grow, to play, to even move or work. Without the digestive system, we cannot use the food as an energy. The digestive system changes the food we eat into energy for our bodies to use. Again, the function of the digestive system is turning the food into energy for our body to use. The first organ of our digestive system. Our digestive system consists of 8 organs, like I just said. The first one is called mouth, and here it is. The mouth contains a lot of teeth. We said that we have, as adults, 24 teeth. They help us breaking down the food into small parts so we can swallow it. Begins when you put your food in your mouth and begin to chew. Chewing the food means cutting the food into smaller pieces. Your teeth help to break the food apart. Saliva helps to soften the food, and your tongue helps to push the food into your throat. So saliva is like a liquid inside our mouth that help us to soften the food we are chewing. And the tongue help us to push the food into our throat, and we call that throat pharynx before, when you are ready to swallow it. So at some point the food gets so small so we can swallow it and send it back into pharynx. And here comes the pharynx. You see, said that pharynx ends up with 2 tubes. One of them is esophagus. Esophagus is one organ of the body, the digestive system. The pharynx is like a passage. We see it. Starts from the mouth to the esophagus. It takes the food from the mouth to the esophagus, and also in respiratory system it helps the air to get inside something called trachea. This tube here, the in front one is called trachea, the one at the back is called esophagus. All right, let's talk about esophagus. Esophagus carries food from the mouth to the stomach. Esophagus is like a passage or a tube which takes the food from here till the stomach. And what happens for the food inside the stomach? The stomach helps to break food into smaller pieces, much smaller than the teeth do. So your body can use it for energy and nutrition. So inside the stomach, here is the stomach, the food forms energy or turns into energy and nutrition. Food usually remains in the stomach for about 2 hours. So we keep our food inside that stomach, that seed shape, for 2 hours. So it can absorb the food and turn it into energy and nutrition. And we say that nutritions are good stuff or good substances for our health and for our body that help us to grow and to move and do our daily activities. That's for today, and inshallah next video we are going to talk about the other 4 organs of digestive system. And in short, we today talked about the 6 systems of our body: digestive system, respiratory system, skeletal system, muscular system, nervous system, and circulatory system. And we talked about the first 4 organs of digestive system, which are mouth, tongue, pharynx, and esophagus. Sorry, tongue is one of the mouth pieces parts. Sorry. So the first 4 organs are mouth, pharynx, esophagus, and stomach. We talked about the function of the whole system, which is turning the food we eat into fuel or energy that our body can use to play and to growth, to work, and to do any activities. The first 4 organs were mouth, pharynx, esophagus, and stomach. And we said that mouth starts the digestion process by eating the food, cutting it into small pieces so we can swallow it. When we swallow the food, it goes to pharynx, which is a passage or a tube connects the mouth with 2 other tubes. The one in front of our neck is called trachea, and trachea is related to the respiratory system, but esophagus is the other tube that connected to pharynx. So pharynx is a connection between the mouth and esophagus. Esophagus is like a door to the stomach. It's a long tube, takes the food to the stomach, and we said that the stomach keep the food inside it for 2 hours. Why? Because it turns the food, the pieces of the food, into much smaller pieces, takes it as nutrition and energy for our body. Thanks, and that's for today.